Yes, see, today we are going to discuss the concept of splash screen in Android activity or in Android applications. So, do you know what is the concept of splash screen? Do you know what do you mean by splash screen? Any idea about that?
Just a blink or something.
Sorry.
कुछ blink होना ऐसा कुछ.
Yes, in many of the applications you might have seen that once you launch the application, then in the beginning the people are giving the launcher activity for few seconds. Let's say for 5 to 10 seconds they can display their logo, and then it will switch from the current activity to the next activity automatically. Have you ever seen such kind of applications?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, ध्यान में नहीं है sir.
Yeah, so that is the example of splash activity, where when you will launch the application in the beginning for 5 to 10 seconds, it's up to you how much time you want to use for that application or that activity that you can give, and that activity will be there, will be visible till that time only, and then it will switch to the next activity automatically. Whatever activity you will pass, accordingly you will it will switch. So this is known as the concept of splash screen. This is what we are going to discuss today. And are you fine with this concept?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So this is what we are going to do. So can anyone tell me, to implement the concept of splash activity in Android, how many activities do we need? How many activities are needed in our application?
2 or more.
Sorry?
2 and more.
Correct. We need 2 or more, because as I said, when we launch the application, it should wait, it should hold the current activity for few seconds, and then it should go to the next activity. So at least 2 activities must be there. Then it depends on your requirement. According to your requirement, you can go with more number of activities, but at least 2 activities must be there. So that we are going to do. So now let me just create the new project, actually new module. So you can do it by right clicking on this project, select the module, and we are going to implement this module for phone and tablet. Just click on next, give the name splash activity demo. Splash activity demo is the name of my module, and I want empty activity, so let me go with next. I want to generate the layout file as well, and finish. Just a minute, guys. Guys, wait for 2 minutes only. I'll be back very soon. Yes. So now I'm back. So this is what we have created the splash activity. Are you there? All of you, are you there?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay, okay, great.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So your activity is ready. You can see if I explore this plus activity demo, then you will find. Uh, Let me just go with the Android mode so that you can find it easy. Yeah. Inside the package, you can see this is the Java file for the Splash activity application, and this is the layout file activity underscore main, where there is only one text view by default. It shows only one text view. So now what I want something to be loaded here. Let's say in the beginning I want to launch this activity only, main activity only, and here in the background we can put any kind of images or whatever we want, or you can display something. You can write your content also. So it is up to you what kind of activity you want to design. You can display everything here in this activity. So let's say I just want to remove this, and instead of this, let me go with one image. In the background I want to set certain images. Fine. So let me first go to the linear layout, and one more thing, to set something, to set any images in the background, what you can do, you can just paste all your images in one of the folder. Do you remember that folder in which we need to paste all the images which we are going to use in our application? Anyone? No one?
No, sir. I don't know.
See, my question is, I want to set any image in the background of this activity. So for that I need image. So my question is, let's say I'm having image. Where should I put that image? In the first or second session I have already.
Drawable.
Correct. I have explained that you can paste all the images or media related things inside the drawable folder here only. Fine. So let me just copy the image. I'm having one image. I have copied it. Let me paste this image inside this drawable folder. So I'm doing right click and paste. And inside the drawable only I can paste it. And name of the image, you can rename it also. As of now, let me go with archive only. So you can see there is one image, archive.png. So you can put any kind of image there. Once you will put your image inside the drawable folder, you will be able to find that image through this drawable folder. So now let's say I want to set this image as a background. What I can do? So for that I can use one of the property which is Android colon background. And the property name is Android colon background. You can see here Android colon background is the property. I can use it, and here you can see in the drawable I'm able to find that image at the drawable/archive. So whatever name you will give, accordingly you will be able to find that image in this suggestion in the drop down. So I'm selecting this at the drawable/archive. That's it. Now let me go to the design part, and you can see whatever image you have put inside the drawable, you will be able to find that image as the background for this activity. Are you getting this?
सर एक बार फिर से बता दोगे ये ड्रॉएबल में पिक्चर आप कैसे लेकर आए?
You just need to copy the image, whatever place you have. Let's say you have image inside your D drive. So just go to the D drive, copy that image. That's it. And then come back again in the Android Studio, do right click on this drawable folder and click on paste. That's it. Are you getting this?
Okay, sir.
Yeah. So it's very simple process. Just copy the image from whatever location you have and paste it inside this drawable folder. That's it. Once you will paste it, you will find drawable and drawable v24. As of now, you can paste in drawable only. When you will click on OK, you will find what name you want to give to this image. If you want to go with the same name, this is the same name which is there in my drive, which is archive.png. If I want to replace it, I can do it from here only. So just give the name and click on refactor, so it will be pasted here, and you will be able to find this image here. Once the image is there inside this drawable folder, what you can do, you can use the Android colon background property to set that image as the background. And once you will use this property, it will ask you to give the path where your image is located. So my image is located in drawable folder, so I can give @drawable/archive. That suggestion I'll get. And so whatever images will be there inside the drawable, you will be able to find everything. As of now, you can see inside the drawable, one IC launcher is there and /archive is also there. So that you can give here. Is it fine? Any doubt now?
No doubt, sir.
Okay, great. So now you can see in the design, it shows the image as the background. Now what I can do, I can create one more activity and then I'll write something in the main activity so that automatically it can switch from this current activity to the next activity. So now let me create one more activity. Can anyone help me? What if I want to create the new activity in this application? What should I do now? Anyone?
सर आपको एक्टिविटी प्लेस करनी है
Yeah, I need to create one more activity inside this module. So what should I do now?
सर
सर
राइट
वो
क्लिक करके न्यू
स्प्लैश
मॉड्यूल
एक्टिविटी में राइट क्लिक करेंगे.
Correct. Right click, then new, then activity. I can go to the empty activity. Let me give the name, let's say second. I don't want to set this as a launcher activity, so I'm not selecting this. Then finish. So there you go. You can see here the second activity is created. Still Gradle is getting built, so let's wait for 1 or 2 minutes. And now it is ready. So inside the layout file also you can see activity_second.xml file is there, and this is the second.java file. Now in this activity, whatever controls you want to place, you can place it. Let me place few things here. Let's say I want to go with linear layout. And then inside this, let me put padding also. And then I want one text view which simply shows that I am inside the second activity. So let me write the text. Welcome to second activity. You can give a text size as well. Let me go with 20 dp. Yeah. So this is how it looks like. And if you want to give different color, you can do it. As of now, I'm not focusing on the designing aspect. I'm just trying to connect you through the concept only. Later on, you can design your activity by your own. Whatever colors you want to put, whatever extra effects you want to give, that you can do. So my second activity is also ready. Here you can see activity_second XML file is also loaded. Now the thing is, what should I write here so that it can wait for the time which I'm giving? Let's say I want to hold my main activity for 5 to 10 seconds, and then I want my application to switch from the current activity to the second activity automatically. So for that, you need to use the concept of thread, which you might have seen in the Java programming. Do you know the concept of thread? Any idea about that?
एरर को कैच करना वो सब था सर
Yeah, see, to create any kind of thread, if you remember, we were using two different approaches. One approach was I can create thread using extending the thread class. I can create any thread by extending the thread class, which is the default class. Yes or no? If you remember.
Yes.
Yeah, and
yes sir.
second method was I can implement the runnable interface, which is the inbuilt interface. I can implement runnable interface and I can create the thread. So again, here also you can go with any approaches. Either you can create a thread using by extending the thread class, or you can create thread by implementing the runnable interface. So mostly people are using runnable interface because you will find it very easy. Easily you can create your thread, and easily you can use the method. So now let me show you what you can do. See, there is one default class which is handler. The default class which is handler. You can see here. Inside this class, there are many very good methods using which you can do wonders. So here there is one method. Method name is post delayed. Method name is post delayed, and this method is a static method of handler class. And post delayed method will ask your activity to wait for the time which you mention as a parameter. So we are going to see how you can do it. So ultimately you need to use that method. The name of the method is post delayed, and it is defined inside this handler class. So first you need to create the object of handler class, because if you want to access any properties of handler class, you need to create object. So let me just create the object of handler class. Let's say handler h equal to new handler. Now I am having this object. Actually, post delayed method is not a static method. I was wrong. It is not a static method. That is why we need object. Otherwise, using class name itself, you can access it. But that method is non-static method. So we know that for any inbuilt class, if you want to access any of the non-static methods, what we need? What is needed to access any of the non-static method of any inbuilt class? Anyone?
Sir, question
Class
repeat करो.
My
Yes,
question
repeat.
is, I am having inbuilt class which is handler. Inside this class, there could be many methods. There could be static methods, there could be non-static methods. So my question is, what if I want to access any of the non-static method of handler class? What can I do?
Object.
H dot.
Correct. We can use the object. So already we have created the object, which is h. Using that object, I can call this method. So what I can do, I can write h dot, and as I said, name of the method is post delayed. You can see here, post delayed. And here post delayed methods need two parameters. One is your runnable interface, where we will create the runnable interface, and second one is the time in millisecond. Whatever time you want to give, that you need to pass here as the second parameter. So let me just use this method. Now here I need to use the runnable interface. I don't know how to do it. Simply you can write new control space, and you can see Android Studio is ready to implement this runnable interface for you. If you don't know how to implement this interface, simply in the first parameter you can write new and control space. That's it. Studio gives the suggestion that this is how you can implement this runnable interface. Let me just click here, and you can see it has implemented the runnable interface. It has implemented the run method of thread class, and now here in the second parameter I need to give the time. So I can pass the time in millisecond. Let's say I want my activity to hold for 5 seconds, so I can give 5000 milliseconds. That's it, and semicolon. So that's it. This is how I can use this method post delayed. Again, I'm repeating, this method post delayed is having two parameters. One is your runnable interface. So this is your first parameter. This is how you can grade it. And second is your time in millisecond. I am passing 5000. It means that this screen will hold for 5 seconds. Are you getting this?
Yes.
So now what does it mean when this activity will start, when this activity will be launched? It will go to this run method and it will hold this activity for 5 seconds. After 5 seconds, it will do whatever logic you have put inside this run method. It will execute that logic after 5 seconds. So now let's say after 5 seconds, I need to go to the second activity. So whatever code is needed to switch from current activity to second activity, that must be placed inside this run method. So can anyone help me? What should I write inside this run method if I want to go to the second activity? Anyone?
सर वो पाथ देते थे ना सर.
Yes, so what concept is needed if I want to switch from main activity to second activity?
सर कुछ क्लिक इवेंट डाल के बाद में ऐसा कुछ था.
You're right that we need to give two parameters where we will give the source and destination, but what is the name of the concept? This is what I'm asking. Using which concept you can switch from one activity to another activity?
Intent.
Correct. Using intent we can do that. So see, these are the things which you need to remember. It is not that if the session is gone, so now you don't need to remember the concept of intent. It will not help you. Fine. Whenever I ask something, you need to straight away you need to give the answer that if I want to switch from one activity to another activity, then the concept of intent will play an important role. So now I can create an object of intent. I can start the activity and I can give the destination path. That's it. So let me just create an object of intent. I am using it intent in equal to new intent. Here I can give the source, which is main activity dot this. Main activity dot this. You can use get application context or whatever. It is up to you. And now I want to move to the second activity, so I can give second dot class. Second dot class. And then I can start the activity using this method start activity, and I can pass this reference start activity in. And once this activity starts, I can destroy the current activity using finish method. I'll let you know what is the use of this. See, if I don't use this, then whatever number of times I'll switch from one activity to another activity, the current activity will not get destroyed. I will show you one more example. That is why I'm using finish. Very soon I'll run this application and I'll let you know what is the use of finish method. So don't worry as of now. Is it clear what I have done? I have created the object of intent. As of now, I am in the main activity. Now I want to go to the second activity, and this is how I can start the second activity. We'll wait for 5 seconds only. Any doubts so far?
No, sir.
Yeah, and if you can go to this manifest file, it must be registered there, and if you create activity, then it will be there. You can see here, second activity is already there, so there is no problem. So now let me just launch this application and let's discuss whether you are able to get it or not. Let me connect my mobile through Wiser and let me share the entire screen so that you can see the output. I hope my entire screen is visible to you.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Yeah, so now it is ready. So I can run this application. Let's run this. And say I'll be having one more session that I'll conduct at 1 o'clock if you don't have any problem. If you are fine with that timing, because I'm already having 2 or 3 meetings. Will it be convenient for you to attend the session at 1 o'clock?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay, great. Then after completion of this session, you'll will have the next session at 1 o'clock.
Okay, sir.
So we'll have to wait for a few seconds. Still application is getting installed.
सर तो फिर इसके बाद सेशन होंगे या फिर सीधा 1 बजे होगा?
There will be one more session at how many sessions you have completed so far? 2.
दिस इज यस सर
The second.
ये सेकंड चल रहा है.
Then one more session will be there, and then my session would be at 1 o'clock. Fine. Yeah. So meanwhile,
Yes.
you can see here the application was launched. Let me run it again. See, initially it will display the main activity, and it will hold that activity for 5 seconds. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now it should go to the next activity, and here you can see welcome to second activity. So this is how you can display anything for few seconds. In many of the applications you might have seen that they are displaying 3 to 4 splash activities. That also you can do. In each activity you can create handler, you can use the post delayed method, you can specify the amount of time which you want to give, and accordingly you can switch from current activity to the next activity. Is it interesting?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, so see, the logic is very simple. Just you need to remember that you need to use the handler class, and you need to use this method. That's it. Let me done this logic again so that you can have strong grip. What you can do, just create the object of handler. If you don't want to create the object like this, then as I said, directly using new also you can do it. You can simply write new and then handler dot something. You can see here, both are same. If I create an object like this, let me create an object here, handler edge equal to new handler, and then I use edge dot post delete like this. And if I do like this, both the things are same. Here I need to go with two statements here. In one statement only I can do it. If I use new keyword, it means I am creating an object. So new handler means I am creating an object, but here object name is not specified. Otherwise object is created. So whatever object name is there, that object dot post delete. So both the things are same. So it is up to you. Either you can do this, or if you don't want to go with that, you can use new handler dot post delete. And then here you need to use two parameters. First one is your runnable interface, and second one is your time in millisecond. So to create runnable interface, what you can do, new and control space. You can select the first option, which is runnable, and there you go. You can see here it has implemented this runnable interface, and here you can give the time, let's say 10,000 millisecond, which is equivalent to 10 seconds, and then you can write your logic inside the run method. So I want to go in the second activity, right? Intent in is equal to new intent, then I can write current class dot this. I can go to the second activity dot class, and then I can start the activity in, and I can finish it. What if I don't finish it? Let me just explain you. Let me run this file again. So this is your splash activity. It should wait for 10 seconds. So you need to choose the images accordingly so that it can display properly. Based on your layouts, you need to select it, and then it goes to the second activity. You can see here. Now one more thing, let me run the previous applications. I think it was, yeah, intent demo. Let me run this intent demo activity, because I want to explain the concept of finish. See here, I am not using finish method. This is my main activity, and this is the second activity. Anywhere I am not using the finish. You can see here. So now what it will do, let us see. Why image is there in this method also? Is it there? I think demo intent is different one. What is the name here? Intent demo. Intent demo. Yeah, this one. I need to execute this file. I thought why it gives image. And there you go. So this was the example which we were discussing. Now if I go to the second activity, then it gives second activity. If I go to the third activity, it gives third activity. But while switching from first activity to second and second to third, it doesn't destroy the first activity. So if I click on back button, then you can see it goes to the second again. When I click on back again, then it comes to the first activity. Fine. So it should not be the way. What if I want to destroy the first activity as soon as it opens? Then based on the click event only, it should go to the particular activity. So in that case, I need to use the finish method. So as soon as it goes to the next activity from the current activity, it will destroy the current activity. Are you getting the concept of finish method? Like this. If I write finish here, what does it mean? Once I will click on second button, then it will go to the second activity. That is fine. But as soon as it will go to the second activity, it will destroy the current running activity. It means it will destroy the first activity. So when I will click on the back button, it will not go to the first activity again. But from second activity, if I will click on the button for the first activity, then it will go there. Are you getting me? Yes or no?
Yes, yes, sir.
Yeah, so everywhere it is advisable that if you don't want that activity again, and if you want to destroy it, you can use the finish method. In the next session, I'm going to discuss the life cycle of the activity also. At that time, we will discuss about this method in detail. But as of now, this is how you can understand it. If I use finish method in any activity, it means I'm going to end the meeting. It means I'm going to end this current activity. Fine.
Yes.
Yeah, so now let me know if you have any doubt in this plus activity. Using handler class by using post delayed method, you can do it, and you can use this logic in n number of files. It is up to you. If you want 2 to 3 files, in that case you can do that also. You can write this logic in all 3 files. So in many applications you might have seen that. In the beginning, the people are giving few activities, 5 to 6 activities, where they can give certain contents or they display certain images for the purpose of publicity only. The people can give more number of images, so that before using the actual application, you can be aware about that application. So in your application, you can give the guidelines also, if you want end user to know that how you can use this application. So for that, you can give the guideline. You can write the steps also, and you can display it as a part of splash activity. Or for normal applications, you can display splash activity as background images, and you can load it. Fine. Any doubt so far?
No, sir.
Okay, then if you don't have any doubt, then